What is a merge operator? If you have two observables emitting values and you want to merge values of two observables as soon as they emit the values, use a merge operator. We have two sources, source 1 and source 2. For both sources, values are emitted at different interval. When we use a merge operator, the results are combined and published as soon as they are available. What is a concat operator? If you have two observables emitting values and you want to combine values of two as soon as previous completes emitting the values, use a concat operator. You can think of concat as line at ATM. The next transaction cannot start until the previous completes. We have couple of sources, source 1 and source 2. Both are emitting values at different intervals. When we use a concat operator, the results of source 1 is followed by the results of source 2. When subscribing the values using concat, the control waits for the source 1 values to be emitted, then combines the value of source 2 to source 1. In the mycrisis.component.ts file, at line number 18, I create a variable source 1 by saying interval of 1 second, which is 1000 milliseconds. I call the pipe method and use the map operator and say m arrow function source 1 hash plus m plus 1. Basically, I create this observable to emit a number for every 1 second, and for every emission, I add 1 to the number and publish it. Similarly, I create source 2 at line number 19. At line number 26, I say this dot source 1 dot pipe, and within the bracket I say take 5 dot subscribe x arrow function console.log x. Basically, from all the emissions that the source 1 observable does, I am going to take only the top 5 emissions and display it in the console. I go to the browser and refresh it. In the console, I can see for every 1 second, source 1 hash 1, source 1 hash 2, source 1 hash 3 till source 1 hash 5 is getting printed. At line number 27, I say this dot source 2 dot pipe take 5 dot subscribe x arrow function, and I say console.log x. From source 2 observable, I am taking top 5 values and displaying it in the console. Now when I go back to the Chrome browser and refresh the browser, I should see in the console for every 1 second we are displaying the value from source 1 and source 2 observable. In order to identify the source 2 better, I say console.warn instead of console.log. If I refresh the browser now, I can see source 2 is getting printed in yellow color. For every 1 second, I am publishing the value emitted by source 1 and source 2 in the console. Let me make some small modification to the code in order to demonstrate the merge and concat operator. We have couple of sources, source 1 and source 2 ready. Both are publishing values for every 1 second. At line number 29, I say merge this dot source 1 dot pipe take 5 and this dot source 2 dot pipe take 5. I am merging the two sources and I am saying subscribe. C arrow function console.log C. Basically, I am going to display the merged values in the browser console. When I refresh the browser and see the console, I can see the source 1 and source 2 are merged. They are printed in the console as soon as they are arriving. Let me put concat instead of merge and check the output now by refreshing the browser. I can see all the subscriptions of source 1 are getting printed first and all the subscription of source 2 are getting printed next when we use a concat operator. Now let me modify line number 19 so that source 2 will publish values for every 2 seconds. Now we will check the output by changing the concat to merge operator. When I refresh the browser and check the console, I can see the values from source 1 and source 2 are printed as soon as they are subscribed. I can see for every 2 seconds source 2 values are getting printed. When you use a merge operator, the values are getting subscribed as soon as they are arriving. Line number 29, let me change the merge back to concat. When I go to the browser and refresh the browser window in the console, I can see for every 1 second the source 1 values are getting printed. After that is completed, we are printing the source 2 values for every 2 seconds. Even though we make use of merge and concat operator for same purpose, that is combining the value of different observable sources, both has significant difference.